Oh, fuck me. Right.
Hello, welcome to the Fireside Podcast. It is Monday evening. I'm Fergus Smith and I'm joined this week by Morning Matt,
Hello.
Rampant Ross Dewar,
Hello.
Crying Craig Gregor,
Evening.
and Bedhead Billy Kirkpatrick.
Howdy.
This will come to you after the weekend of Scottish football, the weekend which finally seen Rangers win themselves, or confirmed Rangers as the Premiership winners for this season. After Celtic drawing away to Dundee United, there were some scenes that maybe a few of us might not have liked to see after on Sunday, with fans, but we don't want to spend too much time, so I'm gonna let everyone sort of give their thoughts on the Rangers fans.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I don't think it's anything anyone really wanted to see, but it was going to happen. It should have been dealt with better, but let's just hope nothing more happens in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones for me where
Graceful. That's all I've got to say.
I thought you said graceful there. I'm guessing you said disgraceful.
Disgraceful,
Yeah.
that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, it felt inevitable that something was going to happen. The numbers, I didn't expect that many, to be honest. Because I feel like, especially because there's so many funny things that sort of like, so many Rangers fans were like so outraged when there was the Black Lives Matter protests in Glasgow. They were like, "Oh, these people are breaking the middle of a pandemic and that, and it's disgraceful." And then when Celtic fans done it, they were like the same thing. And now they've won the league and they do it themselves. I'm not saying that's all the ones that were there yesterday were like that, but come on, you can't have a go at other causes and other clubs supporters for doing that and then do it yourselves.
I think obviously the Celtic one as well, you can let them away with it due to the threat of a shark attack.
That's true.
I think it was always inevitable after years of being embarrassed on the pitch by Celtic and whatnot. It shouldn't have happened, but I can see why it did, and it's probably...
They were that tired of being embarrassed on the pitch, they decided to embarrass themselves off the pitch. Is that what you're saying?
No, because thankfully Rangers were by far the best team this season, and congrats to them.
Well,
congratulations to Rangers.
I don't. Like I said, none of us want to go on for too long about this. So, shame on anyone that was attending any of the incidents at the weekend. I'm sure none of us here were, so we're all good boys. And none of us have has been to any displays or anything like that. So, yeah, we don't want to get ourselves bogged down. We want to talk about the actual games that happened. So, without further ado, we will talk about the Championship before we talk about the Premiership. And we'll talk about one game there, and we'll talk about Ayr going away to Greenock and winning 2-0 against Morton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're back. We are back. Catch us top of the Premiership in a couple of years' time, easy as you like.
I mean, if you called a 2-0 win against, quite frankly, an appalling Morton side back, then it does set a very low bar of what back actually is.
I don't know what you're talking about. That Morton side's been on a good run of form.
Well, they were dreadful on Saturday. Absolutely dreadful.
Well, you're dreadful.
I am, but you could have stuck 11 of me out and I'd have done better.
Morton, they started well, to be fair. They were the better team with the first 10 minutes, but then Ayr just grew into the game and dominated most of the game after that, I think.
I think they look very
Just to
happy.
clarify, is that good? Is that good for Morton that haven't won in 10 games?
That's quite
Nailing
good
it.
form. Um,
It's up there with Ayer's form.
Ayr needed that result big time.
Oh, they did. I think the interim manager made one major change really in the system. He dropped Joe Chalmers, who was underperforming the past few weeks. He moved Muirhead from centre half into the middle, and then moved Corey and Daba back to centre half. So it seemed to work for them, give them that insurance in the middle, like Muirhead to go win the ball in the midfield, and instead of letting it just get back to the centre halves every time.
They look just more relaxed. I think that was the right word. They looked more relaxed on the ball. They didn't look.
Yeah,
I think I know what it is. Is because they didn't have the pressure of knowing that someone as good as Mark Kerr was sitting on the bench, and could easily do their job for them, but he's decided to let them do it. So
that is true. Yeah, I think it was another good performance from the three players behind the striker for me. They seem to be linking up really well this season so far. Well, even though Ayr haven't been winning as many games, but those Cammy Smith, McCowan, and Tom Walsh, they work well together.
For me, Cammy Smith was the man of the match by a country mile.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, both the goals. Not surprised.
It wasn't. It's not like they're all his goals. They're obviously his goals. It wasn't all just down. It wasn't all down to him though. First goal, whipped into back post Muirhead with a nice wee knockback, and apparently Morton have went to the A United school of defending and leaving a man in acres of space in the middle of the box to knock it in.
yeah,
Yeah, I think the Ayr United school defending and the Morton school of defending are pretty similar schools, to be fair.
I think they might
They're
be
not
the
always a
same
defensive
school.
unit.
no, but
Might be the same school.
Matt, I'm sure you'll agree. It's nice to see Ayr winning a game, okay, and we'd all like to see Ayr
It
not
is, it's-
get relegated.
Yeah, we need the Ayrshire derbies next season. That's
do.
what we need. And to do that, we also need Ayr to stay up in that division.
Uh-huh.
So I'm hopeful.
Well, that does move Ayr out the relegation spots, or the relegation playoff spots anyway. Above Morton, who, with their good run of form, they do drop into those relegation playoff spots.
Jeez.
I mean, anything can happen.
And level with Inverness as well. And two games in hand over Arbroath, even though Arbroath are in good
Yeah.
form. So I reckon we can get above them.
Good form, losing 4-2 to Queen of the South.
Prior to this weekend,
um,
alright, we know they're the side.
yeah, but Ayr pushed on from their goal. They never really looked in doubt. And then they brought Michael Moffat on, who rolled back the years with a classy performance after coming on, in my opinion.
Classy. That's exactly
Yep.
the word I'd use to describe Michael Moffat, to be honest.
The build up to that second goal was very well worked from here. Moff driving down the left, cutting in, sliding it to
Why is he
McCowan.
driving? He's played football.
Oh, see, that's how we won, because we brought cars onto the pitch, so we were faster than them.
Sounds like you're playing Rocket League.
Yeah, that's what we did.
It was the Ayr United Rocket League team against Morton. Craig McGuffey was just kind of like, what the fuck's going on?
So I'm off to drive down that left side, cut in, laid it up to McCowan, who laid it back to Moff, who just slid it into Smith, who fired home.
Folk
The
will
second.
be listening to that part there and be thinking, why have we even bothered starting to listen to these guys? They talk some of it nonsense.
No.
Not a chance. We talk sense.
We do. Craig talks, and we talk sense.
I thought you were going to call it sons.
But another clean sheet for Ayr, which does actually, despite how bad they've been this season, it does move them to a joint top of the clean sheets list somehow. Yeah.
We had let's not even go there, because we had this clean sheets list brought up a few weeks ago, and it was just nonsense. Okay, that's plenty, Craig. Thank you.
There was only nonsense because someone didn't know what a clean sheet was the last time I brought it up.
Billy, some boy.
Let's just no more. Well done to Ayr on getting back to ways of playing football.
And today is the final day for any applications that want to get fired in for the managerial job.
And all 5 of us have put in an application.
I see that this morning Jim Benton was suspended on Jim McIntyre because 10 bets were placed on him in 10 bets were placed on him in the space of 10 minutes. So it's always good to, as a Dundee fan, describe him the man that rated Martin Woods higher than Glenn Kamara. So that's a good one.
He's passion anyway.
Yeah. Elsewhere in the Championship, Inverness drawing 1 each in Alloa. That they're really doing well with all these games that they've got to play, and they're picking up some big points. So
well, they've only won one in the last 10, which was against Ayr.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a good one.
Arbroath, as mentioned, they lost 4-2 to Queen of the South, and Hearts getting themselves back on the win sheet with a 2-1 victory over Dundee.
Another goal for Jason Cummins, so that's 4 in his last 4.
Yep, no one say it. Let's go.
And another goal for Ennis Cameron as well. Another guy in good goal scoring form.
You know,
It's true.
That's all you need to do to get a guy in a good goal scoring run like Ennis Cameron, and send him to Ayr on loan, recall him, and then send him back to our team.
Yep.
Bang, that's the formula.
So the main talking points all fall in the Premiership this week. Obviously, I don't think there's any arguing about that, to be honest. Aberdeen continued their great run of form with a 0-0 draw against Hamilton. You're really good, Aberdeen, and honestly, if they hadn't won games earlier in the season, they'd probably be relegation fodder at the moment.
They're not doing well.
No, they're not.
See, the thing, they're not doing well, but there is still 2 teams below them in the form list, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go to the last 15 games, the only team that they're better than is Kilmarnock.
well, anyone's better.
Yeah.
So that says something.
I don't mention Kilmarnock. Bill's blood's boiling.
Bill's blood is boiled. Motherwell
Just from his
Motherwell
nap.
winning again. They're putting on a wee run of games. 3-1 over Livingston, who it feels like they went on that run of winning quite a lot, and they've stopped winning.
They've went on a run and not winning quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. They have indeed went Martin Stale,
Martin
as mentioned
Stale.
before.
I think that's the reason they've not won in a while, because Billy made that joke.
Can we, Martin, remove that from our editing?
Yeah, but if we could, that'd be ideal.
No, I'm going to keep all your terrible Martindale jokes in, and people can see you for who you really are.
Yeah, you
Okay.
big Martin fails.
King of the Martin Grail. The Holy Martin
And
Grail.
on Saturday, the game that Stephen Gerrard described as 99% sealing the title for Rangers. It was Rangers 3, St Mirren 0, and Ross Stewart was there for the 800th game in a row.
I was at the game in my bedroom, courtesy of Rangers TV. Yeah, good game. I feel Rangers were strongly came out to prove a point and did that. Were consistent throughout. A really nice goal from Kent where he chops in and hits it with his weak foot into the. Try to say what I'm going to say next. Into the goal. Jack Anik stood no chance.
He was sitting there calling for something. I don't know what he was calling for. Because it wasn't offside at all. There was no, not even a shout for offside. I don't really know what he was calling for.
Maybe he was just spamming all the buttons on his controller.
Yeah, maybe.
There's so many superlatives you could use about that performance, but I think the main one is classy. Dominated throughout, and I think they thoroughly deserved the 3 points in the end.
The team might have been classy, but the fans certainly weren't classy after it.
Well, I thought we were going to move on from that, but clearly
I was
someone's
just-
still
just-
crying
I
about
would
it.
I would describe it as
Just
a
mentioned it.
champion's performance.
Yep.
Well, I think that performance, really exemplified why Rangers were simply the best this season. The team have, followed in the footsteps of
Nah,
greats
you're getting
before them.
hung up on. Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
But
They
overall,
raised
a
the
great
roof with that
performance.
performance.
But a big mention to Dylan Reid from St Mirren, who becomes the youngest ever Scottish Premiership player at 16
Oh,
years and 5
congratulations!
days.
His team lost 3-0.
Yeah, it's not a proud
It
moment
wasn't
for him.
his fault.
He came on the
I
88th
don't-
minute, the game was
The
over.
last 5 minutes.
I don't care. His team lost 3-0. I don't want to hear about him. See when he scores a goal and his team win.
I
Then
hope
we
the,
can talk about him,
I hope the
okay?
podcast know how upset he is that he's making fun of a 60-year-old boy making his debut.
Talk.
A great
talking about-
prospect for the future, and
I'm sure it is.
is what has happened to him.
Yeah, everyone called Lewis Morgan a great prospect for the future when he was at St Mirren, and look where he is now.
He's living a lavish lifestyle in America.
Yeah.
He's living a lavish lifestyle after flopping at Celtic.
He's probably making a lot of money.
Probably making more money.
I don't give a fuck
Very,
how much money he's
very
making,
nice guy.
okay?
Very nice guy, Lewis. Met him at the darts.
You never
obviously.
met him. You did no. You never met him. Shut up,
Great memories talking
Christ.
to him.
Man, Billy and his fucking chicken costume.
That
All you.
that loss for St Mirren did open up the gateway for St Johnstone to come and finish top 6 now. It's a big
Yep.
battle in the final game of the season. If
Well,
St Johnstone win and St Mirren fail to beat Hamilton, then St Johnstone will finish in 6th place. Well, they will finish. They might finish above 6th place, but they get into
It
the
also
top half
opened.
split.
It also opened it up for Dundee United, but they were unable to capitalise on that on Sunday with their 0-0 draw to Celtic anyway. So
They were.
They can still get in though, right?
Uh,
Yeah, they
I
can still
think
get in.
a massive goal difference was overturned.
No, there's 3 behind with better goal difference.
I mean,
No.
they're
Sorry, slightly worse goal difference.
a 6.
But I mean, they're goal scorers. Yeah. So they'll turn that around. So they could still do it.
And they are
um,
playing
fixtures.
Aberdeen in the last game of the season, so they're not going to
true,
concede
that-
any.
they're-
Exactly. So
They are guaranteed a point
No.
on that one. Because to be honest, at this point, Aberdeen are just
You
going
mean
to
the
draw
last
every game
game
to the end
before
of
the
the season.
split, Craig?
Well, yeah, I know. I keep. Yeah,
You keep saying it.
I
You
know
keep saying
it's I know it's
I'm gonna kill
over
him.
for a record-breaking earliest ever, but there's still quite a lot of games to go.
there's still as I was watching the news before coming on tonight, and Alan McCoy was informing Rahman that there is still Europa League football to be played, and there is still 2 games against Celtic for Rangers to play.
and the
Scottish Cup as well.
actually.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, with Dundee United drawing with Celtic, or Celtic drawing with Dundee United, even that meant that they could no longer no longer beat. Well, they could no longer win the title, could they?
No longer catch Rangers. Was that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, no, it's look, I couldn't figure out how I
Right.
want to say it, but yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
want to say it without crying.
No,
So
I-
I was interested. Were you? Are you? Well, obviously, I know you're okay with winning the title, Joe. But would you rather win it on the pitch, like on your own game, or does it not matter to you after so long without it?
You know what, Craig? It doesn't bother me. It would be interesting to see now if Rangers catch the same points tally as Brendan Rodgers' invincible season, which is, I believe, 106, which means Rangers would need to win every game remaining to equal that.
right.
Yeah. I'd like to see him score a few more goals. I think it's obviously conceding so few. I think the Invincible Celtic conceded about 25 or something, but scored a fair few, about 100.
Yeah, I think we're at 70,
I don't know.
77, I want to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like 77 goals you've got. So I think it'll be one of those ones where you'll score less but concede a lot less,
Can I?
which is just as impressive.
Yeah, can I just make a point on what Craig said to Drew there about did they want to win in their game or whatnot. Like I feel like it's always a question that gets asked whenever a team wins a title before like the games are all played pretty much. Like it feels like people are like, oh, but would you not rather have won it in your own terms or won it like playing your game? At the end of the day, everyone has to play games, and if other teams lose and it means you win because they lose, or other teams draw and don't get enough points, then
I think it's
a win's a win. I think at the end of the day,
yeah. I think
you won it on the pitch anyway because you played well enough to win it. You
it's
know what I mean?
different this season. Well, it's different this season because obviously if you win it in a game where you're not playing in, usually the fans they're not in the stadium to celebrate or anything. Well, obviously they're not in the stadium to celebrate, but like if you in a usual season, if you want to win it in a game where your team's playing in, because then you're in the stadium,
Well, yeah.
you can celebrate in the stadium with everyone.
Whereas now it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter, does it? True, I kind of agree with you on that point, but I think any team's just always grateful for winning stuff, aren't they? So
Yeah,
they'll take it. And I honestly, if you're asking me, I'm kind of glad that Celtic dropped points and it didn't. There wasn't the possibility for Rangers to then like secure it in 2 weeks' time when they play Celtic, because I think that would just the scenes would be way worse. I think there'll probably be something as well when that happens, but they'd be way worse. I reckon if it was to go to that game.
yeah, got to agree.
Right, before we drone on too long, because we keep doing it, but Kelly are shit. Okay, I'll edit that out.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to do that.
They thought, yeah, they might have thought maybe that they could have got something from this game after scoring first, but they did eventually fall 3-2 to Ross County, who I believe Mr. Thompson claimed that no one but Ross County are going down this season a few weeks ago. So, what do you have to say for yourself?
I did also tell you how good they were when they beat Celtic. So it's swings and roundabouts.
Swings and roundabouts. It's only
honestly,
fucking roundabouts for you.
That's fine. You know what? I said they were going down. Drew agreed with me, and I'm going to stand by it.
You stand by it?
Okay.
I don't stand by it. No, I've got to. I've got to die on that hill.
It's like
Maybe you should just
It's
die.
only like it's only 4 points, but Ross County doing a game of that. Yeah.
Thank you for that statement of mumbles and yes.
Yeah. Now they're down.
I have seen one goal from this game, by the way, and it's the second Ross County goal.
Is that the
Keldy one?
Attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God you said the name because I don't have a clue how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
the only reason I've seen it is because I follow a boy on Twitter who does like loan roundups for Celtic players, and he is a Celtic player on loan, so it's the only reason I've seen that goal.
What position is he? I thought he was a centre half.
So did I.
I think he plays all across the back four from what I've read about him and from what I've seen from him.
Up the pitch in a quick counter attack. I don't know what position he came from at that point.
It's a nice finish, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good finish.
He plays from someone who generally plays along the back four as well. I think that's what Yogi said. He was like, once he's finished on loan at Ross County, he'll be close to Celtic's first team in a way, in that sort of way where he can be deployed anywhere really on the pitch, and he'll do a job.
To be fair,
and he's quite impressed with him.
He's only 17, so he's got quite a big future ahead of him if he sticks at it.
Yeah. It was good. There was, like you said, a good goal. There was another couple of good goals in that game. Lafferty's first goal was quite good, quite well taken. He hit a shot, it got deflected back to him, and he hit a nice one into the corner of the net.
I think he's been quite impressive since joining. He's actually been the only positive attribute of Kelly at the moment, I would say.
Because he's the only good player that Kelly have got.
Well, they've got him and Chris Burke, but
Well, that's
they
great.
can't.
Did you say Chris Burke?
They can't
You can't make a
win
starting
games in the
11 with
dome.
two
No.
guys.
Their defence have really let
It's
them down a
dismal.
lot this season. See that
And
Billy is
it-
biting his tongue there. I think he was going to fire in, but
No, you know me. I'm very calm man about these things.
He's a massive Kelly fan, and he's struggling to cope with the fact that they're going to go down.
yes.
Distraught right now. I'm devastated. What's happened? Devastated.
I just can't. I can't see anyone but Kelly going down now this season. Even like if they manage to get themselves into second bottom, I can't see them winning a playoff game.
I've said it since episode 1. I'm standing by it.
I can't remember what you said in episode 1,
be-
but we'll go with it.
No, yeah, we'll go with it.
Not me, yeah.
I've every season for the past few seasons I've start of the season been like, Kelly. I think Kelly are going to be close to relegation. I think they're going to go down. This season, I didn't say it. I was like, oh, you know what? Kelly could maybe put up a fight for top 6. Boy, have I been shown the one time that I'd say don't say they're going to go down, and they fucking start going down.
It will be good for Ayrshire football if they go down.
Yeah.
Bring the
For
Ayrshire
one
derby
half
back.
of Ayrshire football.
I'm sure Kelly fans will be more than happy to get a wee Ayrshire derby in there. We're not happy.
relegated.
It's
No, I did see a couple of Kelly fans on Twitter being like, Ayr better not bottle this and
it's one
go
saving
down from the
grace for them.
championship.
I do have that bit. I mean, they might be a wee bit more upset at the end of next season when they get relegated to League One, but
Join Partick.
Them and Partick can play
Yeah.
together.
Right.
Like
At the very, very, very end of the game, Kelly did have a man sent off. And possibly the bizarrest red card of the season.
the
so
thing
far.
that I liked about it, the player just had no complaints about it. He got the red card and he just walked off, like as if he
was
He
done.
definitely said a naughty thing. He said a
yeah
naughty word.
he must have said something, and he just kind of walked off. As if like can't be bothered anymore anyway.
I'd love to know what he said. I'd love to know what the exact situation that was happening went down.
I know he was complaining about like where the free kick had to be taken from.
He's probably complaining about someone's skin colour.
We can't make allegations that anyone's racist, but
I think
just
you know.
to clarify, that's not true.
It would be a very good
This
reason
isn't
for-
representative
it would be-
of the Five-a-Side podcast.
I think, I mean, you have two types of language on the pitch. You have shop floor language, we call it, which is language that is generally deemed acceptable. You know,
What,
you
like,
can-
fuck you, ref?
no, not that. That's not shop floor language. Like,
What if I fell over and said, fuck you, ref? Because he didn't give me
no.
a free
I
kick.
don't think that would be shop floor language. Shop floor language would be general frustration, like, oh, for fuck's sake, or something, you know. But not
for
shop
fuck's
floor
sake,
language is something directed at.
So as soon as I say ref, it's fine, but if I just say fuck you...
No, you can't say fuck you, ref. That's clearly.
No, as soon as I say ref, it's not fine. But if I just say fuck you...
Yeah, because you can't. You're not unless you're looking right at the referee doing it. If you just say it generally,
pointing at him.
Oh, fuck you.
if you say it kind of generally,
Oh fuck me.
Okay, man.
precisely that. But for it to be picked up and to be chucked off the pitch, yeah, you've said something bad. It's not done lightly.
Did he get picked up and chucked off the pitch?
Oh, that's the new way of things. I think we should do it. We should just get like a digger, scoop them up and throw them off the pitch.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. We just have to make it exciting. I don't know. But yeah, that's my take on it. You know, let's
Sorry,
just bring
just-
in industrial diggers.
Yeah, it was silly of to retaliate, especially when he goes a couple of yards back, then just takes it. There's still quite a big chance he could have equalised.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, fuck Kelly. They're going down. They lost that game and they'll lose all the rest of their games. Unfortunately, Craig couldn't find any highlights for another game this week, so we've resorted to talking about St Johnstone 1, Hibs 0, a thrilling affair.
That was
Which
a good game.
the only goal was scored 16 minutes in, and basically nothing else happened after that. But
It's a
Hibs are shit.
thrilling affair. That yeah, I just the Hibs and Aberdeen, they're both trying their best to bottle finish third.
So I was saying after this that Hibs. I said a couple of weeks ago, like Hibs really have no excuse to not finish third, and they keep trying to give Aberdeen a way in to push them for that spot of third place, and Aberdeen keep fucking not taking the opportunities that they're handed on a plate. They just keep kind of like going, nah, you have it, Hibs, mate. You have it.
So another thing is if Livingston hadn't gone on such a poor run of form recently, like they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, and they're only 9 points behind Aberdeen with a game in hand after that.
Mm-hmm.
So if they just
I
picked
think
up some points here, they could have been with a shout of it as well.
I seen a stat not that long ago about how some teams are having their best, like, like their points total or their best points totals sort of like at that point in the season when I seen the stat, and Aberdeen was one of them, and I was just baffled by that. The fact that they've got like one of their best points totals by that point in a season, but they're every time I've watched them, they just look so drab.
Even teams like, for example, Celtic, who many would say aren't performing very well, are still on track to reach points tallies of previous seasons and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think that's because there's so many pish teams. I just feel like there's quite a lot of teams that aren't
and
performing very well.
we all hate calling teams pish, but
It's just you that
Sorry,
calls them
a
back.
lot of teams
no.
perform.
I'm not the only one that calls teams pish, okay? But like it has been
Seriously,
one of
mate.
those seasons where I get that some teams have had better points totals than usual, but it just feels like every time you watch the football, it's just different.
I blame the lack of fans.
I think it's just been such an open season, but that could go down to the fact that there is a lack of fans. Like home games you don't get. There wasn't that big an advantage before, but there's like no advantage now for home game unless you're the likes of like Hamilton, Kelly, or Livingston, which their home games on a plastic pitch, which might benefit them.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
But as clearly
there's
seen,
not many.
it's not benefited Hamilton or Kelly to play at home in a plastic pitch against other teams much.
No, because no team likes playing on a plastic pitch.
Well, I think if you think about it, though, like imagine how good Hamilton would have been if he had 40,000 people inside New Douglas Park singing for them,
Yes,
like every home game that Hamilton have.
if they had an overcapacity game at their stadium, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Well, there's usually folk outside
Guys,
as well.
Sainsbury's.
singing.
I can never remember if it was a Sainsbury's or Morrison's next to that one.
I think it's a Sainsbury's.
I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna.
Might have
I'm
been.
not gonna.
I think it is
Yeah.
Sainsbury's, Craig. I think you're right.
I think Morrison's is Alloa. I'm sure there's more than one stadium that's got Morrison's next to it, but Alloa's the one that I know anyway.
You chat away. Just give me a minute.
It's good chat. This so
We'll talk about something.
uh,
Craig, talk about the predictions.
the predictions. Well, we can move on to the predictions.
We
Where
do that.
what a week for me, comeback week.
Craig's game.
I have come
Roaring
roaring
back.
back, and I'm out of last place, so that's a good one. We did, as Billy said, a fair win 3-0. I did get his points, but unluckily I wasn't able to steal his 4 points for this game week. So he finished bottom for this week. Ferg and Mr. Entertainment himself. They finished 2 points above him and 6 points. And Matt, with one of two of the correct scores predicted this week, gave him a 9 point haul.
Mhm.
And out in front, by himself, is me, who got another score prediction right to give him 13 points.
Thank you. I'll jump in. It is both. There is a Sainsbury's and the Morrisons back onto the stadium.
What, and you got the New Douglas Park?
It's the Morrisons. It's the
lovely.
Morrisons car park you can stand in and see into the ground. Though the Sainsbury's kind of like it's the back entrance
it?
that backs onto it. Yeah.
What a vast variety of supermarkets you can go to if you
It's the Hamilton Retail Park.
the Hamilton Retail Park, right?
So yeah, just
Yeah.
you know what, I could have sworn that I hear people talk about both. So anyway, predictions.
And can we
The leaderboard. You want a
with the
leaderboard?
results to the predictions? What about the
Well, I've now found myself in Craig's spot on bottom, but I'm only 3 point. Shut the fuck up, you! I'm only 3 points behind him and Dewar, so there is scope for me to catch and overtake
You're
them.
going for 55 points.
Billy is on 56 points.
Almost.
And Matt is still miles ahead on 68.
To be fair, I don't care.
Well, thank you.
Is that why you're crying?
I'm not crying.
We will
Okay.
we will quickly do our predictions for the two games.
There would have been three, but the Fairlawn can't control their COVID outbreaks, so
Yes.
just two.
Yep, 2 games.
Are we not going to do the Rangers game?
We could do the
Yeah,
Rangers game. Put it in there.
Okay, if you add that in,
Are they at home
there would
first?
have
They're
been
away from home first, aren't they?
They're away.
they're away first.
yeah.
Yes,
Pragui, as some people call it.
Pragui.
As some people call it that.
Some
Fuck
people,
me.
you mean
Other people
Tommy
call it
from
Prague.
Come Fly With Me.
Where are you off to? Pragui.
Pragui.
Happy flying.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we do have 3 games then. So we'll start off Slavia Prague v Rangers. Craig, prediction.
Ooh. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Rangers.
I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to go 2-1 to Prague.
I'm going to say 1-0 to Rangers.
I'm gonna go with 1 each.
I'm gonna hit you with 2-0 Prague. I think after Rangers drinking drugs exploits.
Well,
the weekend.
Allegedly. Sorry, hold on a minute.
there is no proof
Alleged.
anyone had any drugs. They're just making
not
I'm
repre-
Alright,
certain that Kemar Roof was on something. Okay.
Some folks' jaws just sit like that, okay?
Some folks' jaws just swing, mate. Okay.
Ferg's opinion is not representative of the Five-A-Side podcast.
Yeah,
He was on something.
take him to court, Kmart. Don't take us.
Take me to court.
I mean, I love you, Kmart. That's the
I'll
main
write
thing.
a song about it.
He's just upset he's that far behind.
Can we talk about predictions, please? 2-0, as I think Rangers' exploits will hinder them somewhat. Inverness, Morton.
I think is the biggest 0-0 you've ever seen in your life.
No, I disagree. Morton, dreadful.
Same.
Inverness will win this game 2-0.
I'm going to say 2-1 to Inverness.
I don't see loads of goals. I'm gonna go 1-0 to Inverness.
I feel like Inverness have to win a game at some point. So I'm going to go 2-1 Inverness. One of these games they have to win. I feel like it's just inevitable. And yeah. And finally, Wraith Air.
Well, it's an easy win for Ayr, getting written all over that there. again, Wraith don't deserve to be second top of the league. I'm going to say that right now. And that will be proven when Ayr go out and beat them 2-0.
I have to disagree with my colleague. I think tomorrow night it'll be too much of a test for the interim manager, and I think it'll be 2-1 to Rafe Rovers.
I'm also going to go with Rafe. I'm going to say 3-0 to Rafe.
Nah, I'm going to have to disagree. I think Ayr were so bad at home, and they're going to be so good away. 4-0. 4-0 Ayr.
And I'll hit you with, I'll give you 3-1 to Ayr.
Excuse me. Sorry, Billy's laughing, but who nailed the Ayr
You're
score
gonna,
at the weekend?
You're going to tell Matt that if finishes 4-0, he can get your points this week, Bill?
No, because I'm going to have a better game week this week. So
I'm too far ahead for that.
Right. That is us for tonight. If you, Thursday's going to be a short podcast, and next Monday's going to be a championship podcast.
There is 2 Premiership games. Two
There's
quite,
2 Premiership games.
quite big Premiership games.
True. 2 Premiership games, but it's going to be pretty championshipy. Okay,
It will be.
Be prepared for that. So, without further ado, Ross, give us your final goodbye and make it short.
Thanks to everyone that has bothered listening all the way. That's all.
Craig,
A final congratulations to Rangers and goodbye.
Billow,
Bello, goodbye. Oh.
and Matt.
Hope we're all doing good, staying positive, testing negative, and see you next time.
Yep. From me, congratulations to Rangers. We'll be back next season. Thank you to everyone for listening. Stay safe. Save lives, etc. And good night, goodbye, God bless.
Below.